Italy is something that's always appealed to me. And to study religion there, which is something that I'm already studying, just sounded like a really great experience. But truthfully, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I met some of my best friends on that trip and really was able to take what I learned in all of my classes and see that in person, which was really cool.
How was it for you, given your Italian background?
It was cool to be able to see that, but more specifically, I would say, than my Italian heritage, it was cool as a Catholic to be able to go there and experience religion in the place where it currently like holds its roots the strongest, which was something different because going there, I was one of the only, if not the only, Catholic on the trip. So I got to experience it in a different way. And more than academics, I would say, for me, on the side of religion, getting to experience that there was huge.
Why would you suggest that the Rome trip would be a good trip to go on?
I would suggest the Rome trip because it has a slow pace. So while there's a very strict curriculum for them to follow and learn by, there's a lot of freedom to go off and explore themselves and really choose what they want to learn there and choose what they want to delve into while it's there. So there's just a lot of diversity. If they want to dive into the language, they have the opportunity to do that. If they want to dive into the culture, they can do that. If they want to dive into more of the sacred spaces and the religion, they can do that too. And I think Rome is unique in that sense.
So what's the value for the trip for someone who's not necessarily religious? In other words, with Catholics, for example, you've got this immediate pull because of the Vatican. But for someone who maybe is completely unaware of the religious dimension, why would he or she want to go, you think, to Rome?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can really go to Rome without being smacked upside the head with the religion sense of it. I mean, Rome's known for the Vatican and different experiences like that. But I think anyone can appreciate that, whether they're religious or not. We had a lot of art majors on the trip with us, and they really appreciated the art in the different churches. A lot of people that we went with went there specifically to like learn the language and get to know the culture and study the people. I think something that's cool about Italy that you don't have to care about the religion to appreciate is just being able to study the people and see that different culture, because the Italian culture is extremely different from culture in America.
I mean, that leads into a number of different questions. So one that I think about right now is, one of the best things about the trip, I think, is the interdisciplinary nature. In other words, you have the art people, you have the psychology people, you have history people. Talk a little bit about how that works on a trip when you've got students from different perspectives on the trip looking at maybe the same thing.
Yeah, so I knew nothing about art when I went to Italy, like absolutely nothing. I actually always told myself that I hated art and didn't enjoy looking at it. And I went with an art major, and she walked with me through some of the galleries and explained to me some of the paintings and really like helped me to appreciate this artwork, and spoke to me in a way that I would have never experienced had an art major not been there. And I left with a favorite painter, Caravaggio, and I never would have known who that was or cared if the art majors hadn't been walking alongside me.
How does going to a foreign country, in your case, influence how you look at your country when you get back?
Gosh, I feel like people in America just don't appreciate pausing and taking time to rest like those in Italy do. It was very different. Things in Italy didn't open up until way later in the day because everyone was just sleeping and relaxing. And they had stayed up really late at night, enjoying life and partying. And there wasn't this need to just be busy from like 9 to 5. People in Italy were busy during different times of the day, and they took space in their day to have fun and enjoy and relax. And that isn't something that you see in the American culture as much. And I think it's something that I've learned to appreciate more having seen it there.
So you don't have to feel guilty if you take a pause in the day and relax a little bit.
Cappuccino pause.
Very good, very good.